Hey, Teddy K here for Best Buy Plugin, and in this video review we take a look at the Pixel Buds, Google's first attempt at wireless headphones that not only play music but can also translate languages on the fly.
Google designed the Pixel Buds to be very unique in a couple of different ways, and it's not really the way you might expect. So for example, they're wireless earbuds. They're not true wireless earbuds. There's a cable that attaches both sides. And this type of design where basically you have a cable that attaches the two ends is quite common. I mean, you see it all the time. In fact, actually you see it very often with models that are designed for fitness or health or just active people. These aren't really that. They're not really built for it, and they're not really marketed towards it. You could use them that way, but we'll get to that in a second. The other side of it is that they are actually fairly limited in the functionality as it relates to what you would expect headphones to be. But on the other side, they do things that you would not expect wireless headphones to do. So we're going to get into that and try it out. Of course, it's important to point out that the Pixel Buds are not necessarily made for every phone. You can use them with any Android phone and you'll probably get most of the features, but I think really based on my testing, I found that they were especially designed for the Pixel phones. And part of the reason is because of the integration. So the way that Google Translate integrates with this is one of the big selling points. Imagine, I mean, you're talking to somebody and then in real time, you're getting a translation that's going through your ear. It's pretty cool and it sounds really futuristic. But there are a couple of caveats to that. So it's not exactly like you can just walk down the street, wear these. In fact, I'll just put them on right now. Wear these and then basically just talk to people and then it just, you're just getting translations. You need to have the phone on you. And you need to have Google Translate running too, because what happens is that the translation will go from you. So let's say now I want to say something that is then, or I have someone say something to me that is then translated to me. They would need to talk into the phone that I have, and then it would route through the headphones and then over to me. Okay, not bad. I mean, then I would get the real-time translation, and it's a number of languages too, which we'll touch on as well. Translate this to Greek. I'm looking for a nearby Italian restaurant.
Ψάχνω για ένα κοντινό Ιταλικό εστιατόριο.
That's right. That actually is true. Translate this to French. I'm looking for a nearby Italian restaurant.
Je cherche un restaurant italien à proximité.
That's true too. In turn, if I were to talk to someone else, in whether it's English or whatever, they would get the translation through the phone, right? So the phone, in many ways, is actually what is handling the translation for the most part. I mean, I'm really the only one who's getting the interactive or immersive side of it because I'm wearing these. Now, if I'm talking to somebody who has also a pair of Pixel Buds, is it a situation where it would be the same? Well, no, because the Pixel Buds are only paired with my phone. They're not paired with the other person's phone. Now, so even if I was to talk to somebody else who had them, the phones would basically have to do the work. At least one of our phones would have to do the work. That's the only way I could see it working. That's the only way I really saw it working. And if that changes and it gets to a point where, we can maybe do it some other way, I don't know. But it's going to have to leverage the phone in just about every way in order for the translation features to work. They are cool, don't get me wrong, but just remember that it's not one of those things where you can just pull these out and then you're good to go. You're going to need the phone to do the work for you with a data connection, of course, too. Okay, I just want to touch on audio quality for a second because obviously these are headphones. They are earbuds. There's nothing crazy about them. Don't expect some like audiophile quality audio here. They're not going to be that. If you're interested in something that is, pretty good, like general, like treats every genre pretty generally, okay. Bear in mind, of course, that because of the design, it doesn't go into your ear canal. So it doesn't really go in. Like there are no gels or foam tips that you can use to really seal off and isolate that noise. For some, I actually found that to be a bit problematic, more so when I was outside and there was ambient noise that would filter in. Yeah, okay, it makes it a little bit safer, but at the same time, it's just not something that I particularly liked. The sound's not bad. You will have to raise the volume. At least I noticed that I had to. So for audio, it's decent. I mean, it's fine. It's certainly not bad, but don't expect anything exceptional here as far as the music or audio goes. I like the fabric cable. Tangling doesn't really happen with these. But then the way you have to wrap them around into the case is something that I actually showed this to people just to see what they would think. And they didn't necessarily like it too much, partly because it just seemed like it was too much work to do. I don't know. I got used to it after a while, but bearing in mind that you have to charge them every so often, it is one of those extra things you have to do as opposed to just like, you know, charging in some other way. I don't know. I find that a really subjective thing. You might like it, you might not mind it, I don't know. Charging time's not bad, and even just how much time you get out of them, because the case itself can recharge them 2 or 3 times. So you'll have, if you have a full charge in the case, you're pretty good to go for a while. And that's my review of the Google Pixel Buds. For Best Buy Plugin, I'm Teddy K. Thanks for watching.